Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show how I painted this Stormtrooper helmet in an aged bronze look. So this video is a little bit different from my normal ones, which obviously can be more about miniatures and dioramas. So this is a bit bigger than my normal stuff. So basically a good friend of mine gave me this Stormtrooper helmet about 2 years ago, and since then it's been sitting in my wardrobe. So I thought it was high time I got around actually painting it. And as much as I love Stormtroopers and how they look, I really didn't want to paint this just black and white. So I had a look on YouTube for videos on how you can paint something to give it an old bronze look. And the following is what I did to this one. So the first thing is to apply a primer, which is suitable for plastics, as this will help any additional paint adhere to it really well. As my studio is really small and I don't have an extractor fan, all the major painting work I had to do outside, so unfortunately I couldn't film any of that. Not that it was very exciting, a bit like paint drying really. Once the primer was dry, I then went on to spray it with a copper paint. So I really like the look of this copper. It kind of reminds me of a diving bell helmet, which is something I've always wanted. So this is kind of a close second to that. But obviously it looks far too neat and new and needs to be dirtied down a little bit. So I'm basically going to go over the whole thing with a black wash. So to get rid of any brush marks, I'm just going to start dabbing it down with this old cloth. This will also help remove some of the wash so it's not too heavy, but it'll leave lots of dark areas in all the nooks and crannies. So just keep applying the black wash all over and then keep dabbing bits off. So I'm pretty pleased with that. It's now starting to look a little bit more aged and worn. And then I basically let that dry and then go over certain parts again with some more black wash, just to make sure all the little crevices are definitely looking dark. So it's definitely looking worn and battered now. So on to step 3, I'm going to do some dry brushing with some bronze paint. So this dry brushing is mainly going to be applied to all the high areas. And this will help all the low areas look even darker now. So at first you can see some of the brush marks, but just keep going over the same areas with a dry brush and eventually it all just sort of smooths out and gives a nice appearance. And once that's all done, on to step 4, applying teal for a rust effect look. So this is where YouTube helped out on watching lots of other videos on applying this kind of effect. A majority of them use the teal paint, as this simulates the look of rust coming through. So when the copper rusts, the copper oxidizes over time to form a green patina, so this teal colour is perfect for that. And this primarily gets placed over all those black dark areas where the copper would rust first. Again, so it looks a bit more natural and not brushed on. Just wipe bits off with an old cloth. And then on to the final step, where I spray it with a clear varnish. And then this is the end result, which I'm really pleased with. So I think it looks much nicer than a conventional helmet, which is primarily white. And then it's just a case of gluing in these eyepieces. And that's easily done by just pushing them up on the inside. Unfortunately, it wasn't as easy as I made it sound, because when I pushed the eyepieces up from the inside, I had my hand on the outside pushing down, and unfortunately the gloss wasn't as dry as I first thought. So when I finished putting the eyepieces in and thought I was all done, I then noticed I had fingerprints all over the helmet. So I started to rub them off, and this was the end result. To say I'm gutted is a bit of an understatement, as this now kind of means I'm going to have to do a bit of light sanding and a bit of touch-up work later. So the moral of this story is you are better off sitting, waiting and watch paint dry, instead of, in my case, being a bit impatient and just jumping straight on the thing. But hey ho, we learn by our mistakes. So I guess it's still not too bad. Looks a bit more battered and bruised now, I reckon. If you did like the video, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be informed of all the new videos that I post weekly. Don't forget to leave me comments, guys, as I like to read what you think about the videos I make, as well as you guys giving me some tips and tricks that I can take on to the next videos. And if there's anything you'd like to see on this channel, please let me know. Here's another video you may want to click on to see more of what I do. One last favour, guys, if you can share this video on Twitter, Facebook page or Facebook group, Discord or Reddit, that'd be fantastic. Okay guys, that's it. Bye for now.